Chosen one, this message is not ordinary, it's sacred. Heaven has scheduled this revelation to reach you on November 12th, a divine checkpoint in your destiny timeline. Pay close attention, because this is not a coincidence, it's a confirmation. This is your warning of awareness, not of fear. God is calling you to recognize the vibration around you, the spiritual current that is rearranging your life in preparation for your millionaire transformation. You've been walking through shadows, listening in silence, carrying faith when evidence was invisible. And now, the divine decree has been released. The gates of financial glory have started to tremble. God is saying, "My chosen one, the season of smallness is finished. You have been found faithful in little, and now I am making you ruler over much." This isn't motivation, it's manifestation. The spiritual countdown ends on this date. The millionaire mantle is activating. Chosen one, the shift has already begun. The vibration of wealth surrounds you like unseen electricity. Everything that once felt normal is starting to vibrate differently. That's the new reality forming. The ground beneath your life is shaking, not because you're losing control, but because heaven is laying new foundations under your feet. You've prayed for change, and now change is rewriting the structure of your life. Pay attention to how the atmosphere feels different. November 12th is the crossing point, the moment where spiritual and physical timelines merge. Every divine seed you've sown through faith is about to sprout in public view. Be alert. The vibration of abundance is now your atmosphere. Write your wishes and the sacred number 777 in the comments. Chosen one. Not as a ritual, but as a declaration of alignment. When you write your wish, you're not begging, you're birthing. When you type that number, you're pressing a spiritual button that echoes through the frequency of manifestation. This is how the invisible becomes visible. Your engagement is energy. Your energy is a signal. Each comment is a vibration, each like a pulse, each word a ripple that declares to the universe, "I am ready." November 12th is the day your vibration matches heaven's command. Press the hype button not for vanity, but as an act of faith. You're not watching a message, you're activating destiny. Not everyone will understand this transmission. This message is encrypted, meant only for those with spiritual access. You are one of the hidden ones, chosen one. You've been misunderstood, underestimated, and overlooked, but heaven has had you in hiding for a reason. The silence you endured was the soil where divine greatness was germinating. On this day, November 12th, the concealment ends. The vault opens. This word isn't reaching the masses, it's finding the marked. You're not being randomly inspired, you're being summoned. God doesn't send messages to crowds, He speaks to vessels, and today, you are that vessel. Listen closely. The frequency of millionaire wealth has found your name. It's not chasing you anymore, it's locked on. Heaven has programmed a release that matches your spiritual coordinates. Your name has become a divine magnet. The energy of money, opportunity, and recognition is responding to your vibration. Life's timeline is bending toward your favor. On November 12th, the frequency changes from searching to transferring. Expect a rush, a divine floodgate moment, the vault breaking open. What once felt far away will suddenly appear in your reality. Wealth isn't coming gradually, it's coming gravitationally. Every delay was divine discipline. Every no was necessary. You thought heaven had forgotten, but heaven was fortifying. Every disappointment built your capacity. The version of you who prayed 5 years ago wasn't ready to handle what's coming today. God wasn't withholding, He was protecting. November 12th marks the end of divine delay. Every spiritual structure that needed to mature within you has now aligned. You are stable enough to hold what's heavy. The wealth that once waited is now cleared for release. You'll soon see that the delay was the greatest display of divine love. Chosen one, God isn't giving you money, He's giving you a mantle. Wealth is a tool. The mantle is a mission. What's coming isn't for luxury alone, but for legacy. This abundance will be generational, purposeful, and prophetic. You're not just a receiver, you're a reformer. You're being trusted with divine resources to reshape your environment. When God funds you, He's funding kingdom expansion. November 12th initiates your financial appointment, your role as a divine distributor of light through wealth. You've seen them, repeating numbers, synchronicities, dreams that feel too real to ignore. That's activation. These are spiritual breadcrumbs leading you to the next level. The sudden peace, the wave of knowing, all proof that the blueprint is unfolding. Heaven doesn't always shout. Sometimes it codes. Every symbol, every pattern, every inner nudge is heaven whispering. It's happening. You're walking inside a living prophecy. God is about to turn your private prayers into public proof. Those who dismissed you will witness the unveiling. The silence of your past is about to echo with testimony. This is not revenge. This is revelation. Vindication means visibility. The ones who mocked your faith will have no choice but to admit divine intervention. On November 12th, your life begins to speak louder than your words. You won't need to explain anything. Results will roar for you. Breakthroughs never come politely. They come suddenly. You'll wake up one morning and realize you're living in the manifestation of prayers you once cried for. This suddenness isn't chaos, it's divine precision. Exhaustion always precedes elevation. Restlessness always precedes revelation. When everything feels like it's falling apart, it's usually falling into place. You are closer to the eruption than ever. November 12th is the ignition date. Heaven's timeline is no longer waiting. When it happens, and it will happen suddenly, all glory will point upward. God designed your breakthrough so no human could take credit. This is divine branding. Only heaven gets the signature. People will ask how it happened, and you'll only be able to say, God did it. That's how you'll know it's real. You are about to become a living billboard for divine favor, a walking testimony that God still keeps His promises on earth. Right now, God is tuning your inner world to handle outer abundance. Old belief systems are being dismantled. Emotional wounds are closing. Mental noise is quieting. You're being synchronized with success. Preparation is the last step before manifestation. The chaos you feel, it's divine cleansing. Heaven removes clutter before depositing clarity. November 12th is the end of resistance and the beginning of readiness. Wealth carries energy, and it amplifies everything it touches. That's why isolation preceded your elevation. God needed to refine your intentions before He magnified your influence. The weight of wealth is sacred, and only hearts anchored in light can carry it without collapsing. You were set apart to preserve purity in prosperity. Now the refinement ends, and the reward begins. Destiny doesn't wait for comfort. It arrives, it interrupts, and it has arrived for you. You may not feel ready, but your readiness is irrelevant. God's timeline doesn't require your confidence, only your obedience. November 12th is heaven's now. You've been summoned into manifestation. Destiny has entered the room. All you need to do is stand up and receive it. Wealth is spiritual before it's material. This harvest is about identity. You're not just receiving money, you're meeting your true self. Every increase reveals a deeper layer of divine DNA within you. The financial breakthrough will only mirror what's already happening in your spirit: awakening, awareness, authority. Your outer gain reflects your inner growth. The person you were cannot inherit the destiny that's arriving. Your spiritual DNA is evolving even as you read this. The inner world determines the outer world. On November 12th, your energetic code updates to match the wealth frequency. This is identity alchemy, where the struggler dissolves and the steward emerges. You're not changing into someone else. You're remembering who you've always been. When it manifests, it'll feel strangely familiar, like déjà vu in full color. Because your spirit has already lived this timeline. You've visualized it, prayed for it, prophesied it. Now, reality is catching up to your imagination. You're not stepping into something new. You're stepping into something your soul has already seen. When God issues a command, time itself must obey. November 12th marks an irreversible order from heaven. No more delays, no more detours. The acceleration you feel isn't anxiety, it's alignment. Spiritual sensitivity increases before physical evidence appears. You're not imagining the momentum. The command has gone forth. Manifest. This is it. The moment your entire reality pivots. Every rejection, delay, and heartbreak was preparing you for this leap. Heaven has been engineering a sequence that leads to overflow. You are not walking, you're being carried. The universe is rearranging its structure to accommodate your elevation. You're not moving into a new season, you're moving into a new dimension. The signs will follow this pattern: revelation, contact, confirmation, release, overflow. One step unlocks the next. You'll see patterns of divine choreography, people appearing, opportunities reappearing, resources multiplying. These aren't coincidences, they're coordinates. God is guiding you through a coded sequence leading straight into your millionaire reality. The real secret: you don't chase wealth, you awaken it. The blueprint for abundance has always been written in your spirit. Money is not something you find. It's something that finds you when you vibrate as your highest self. November 12th activates that vibration permanently. You have always been wealthy. Now, the physical world finally agrees. Chosen one, the old energy cannot survive the new frequency. The losses, discomforts, and endings are sacred surgery. God is extracting scarcity to make space for surplus. Don't mourn what's leaving. It's incompatible with your destiny. Let it dissolve gracefully. Every exit is elevation in disguise. Your name is now circulating in unseen rooms. People are being spiritually nudged to remember, bless, and elevate you. Divine connections are forming without your knowledge. Heaven has pressed send on your recognition sequence. Expect emails, calls, confirmations, sudden opportunities from unexpected directions. What's been hidden is now highlighted. You're outgrowing your old reality. The boredom you feel isn't stagnation, it's expansion. You've outgrown mediocrity. The spirit of overflow is stretching you into new spaces. November 12th initiates your ascension season. You'll find yourself uninterested in anything that doesn't match your frequency. That's not arrogance, that's accuracy. Every no you endured was God's protection from misalignment. Rejection redirected you toward the path of divine recognition. Heaven never subtracts without intention. Those doors that closed did so because your palace wasn't ready yet. The endings were exits from limitation. You're now walking through openings that only fit your next level. The silence before manifestation is electric. You can feel it in the air, the divine tension before release. Heaven is finishing final arrangements. Don't confuse this quiet with inactivity. The more silent it gets, the louder the shift that follows. November 12th is the sound barrier moment, the hush before heaven thunders. God isn't only bringing you money, He's restoring everything. Lost time, lost peace, lost honor. All returning upgraded. Divine compensation is multiplying every moment of endurance you gave in silence. Restoration doesn't just replace, it repays. The years you thought were wasted were being recorded for repayment with interest. This is your divine assignment, to redefine what wealth means. You're not called to flaunt riches, but to funnel purpose. You're the generational breaker, the reformer, the one who turns currency into change. This is your mantle, holy, heavy, historic. You are becoming a walking example that abundance is sacred when it's stewarded by alignment. The moment light expands, shadows return to test it. Be vigilant. Familiar spirits of fear, doubt, or distraction may try to reattach. Don't engage. You're ascending, and not everyone can breathe at this altitude. Protect your peace like treasure. Shrinking to stay comfortable is rebellion against destiny. Standing tall is obedience. Stay lit, stay loud, stay loyal to the light. Chosen one, breathe. It is finished. The shift has already occurred. November 12th was never about waiting for something new. It was about realizing you've already received it. Heaven isn't preparing your miracle. Heaven is preparing you to notice it. The spiritual transaction is complete. Sudden increase, sudden favor, sudden recognition, all are converging now. You are no longer chasing wealth. You are vibrating as wealth. The manifestation is irreversible. The wait is over. The identity is active. The abundance is visible. You are not about to become a millionaire. You already are.